Hi everyone, and welcome to our first Team Enlightened business training recorded Zoom call today. Thanks for joining us. So we're going to go through our little overview getting started manual, and this is in the file section of our leaders group, so jump on and download that if you haven't already, and we'll be going through that today. So this is just a getting started guide for your business. So we're not going through the actual training manual today. We'll do that in our next training session. And the training manual goes through all of these sections in a lot more detail, especially the compensation plan, structuring and ranks and all those kinds of things. This is more of just a how do I get started, what do I do, how do I just get started with my business kind of training today. So that's where we're at for this one. And I think you can probably even see my taskbar down the bottom, but whatever, we'll just wing it and I'll get better at this as we go. Imperfect action, here we go. All right. So the first step when looking into starting a doTERRA business is why. Why have you chosen to come and jump on board and get involved with some sharing with doTERRA? You might just be a casual sharer for now, which is how we all kind of start. We all start as just oil users, and I don't think a lot of us jump into this with the intention of going, yep, I'm going to do this as a business. We just start with the oils. We love the oils. We share them with our friends and family, and it just grows from there. I know a few of you have probably heard me say that I had no intention of doing this as a business when I first started. It just kind of started of its own accord. I shared with a few people, a little team grew, and before I knew there was the potential for a business. So I looked into it more, and here we are now 3 years later with the business side of it, and coming up to 4 years since I actually joined doTERRA and started using the oils. So why are you choosing to create a business? Is it because you are just wanting to help people and share and get the oils out, which is why most of us do kind of start doing it? Or are you looking at it more as a part-time job or a full-time job? What kind of goals and vision do you have for yourself in doTERRA, and where do you see your business going? What do you want more of in your life? I think we all crave more time freedom, for one. I know that's a huge one for a lot of us these days that, work a lot and have children and have busy lives going on. So for me, creating some more time at home was a huge benefit and bonus of running my doTERRA business from home. And looking at those goals and breaking them down. What are your goals? When are you hoping to achieve them by? Why do you want to achieve those goals, and how are you going to do it? So looking at the action steps involved. And then looking at how much time you're actually going to put aside for doTERRA each week. So casually sharing, up to 10 hours or so, just by giving out some samples and, chatting to people along the way. Part-time sharing, 10 to 20 hours or so, and looking at kind of around that elite to premier level. And then consistently sharing, which is more of a full-time kind of job, 20 to 40 hours per week. I probably factoring in all of my hours here, there and everywhere of answering things and doing classes and whatnot, probably would be around the 20 to 40 hours. I only have Wednesdays and Saturdays as my actual set work days, where Jasmine's at mum's and I've got classes on. Other than that, I just kind of work it around when it suits me. So when Jasmine's napping, once she's in bed in the evening, early in the morning before the kids are up for school, all those kinds of things. So, you can put as much or as little time into this as you like. And of course, the progress that you make and the success and the rewards that you receive along the way will reflect how much time you're putting into it. And I saw a great graphic, which I'll put up in our group later today, and I'll keep notes of things that I'm saying I'm going to pop up on. It was a 10-year plan, and looking at, achieving each rank each year. And if you stick with doTERRA for 10 years and you get to Presidential Diamond at the end of 10 years, then what a great 10 years you've had. What a great time investment that is, And in 10 years' time, I'll be 50. Presidential Diamond will be fabulous. But for now, for this year, my goal is focusing a lot more on my team and really helping you all achieve your goals and achieve the ranks and dreams that you're looking to achieve. I love that about doTERRA. It's just all about helping each other. Helping your team achieve success will in turn help you achieve success. So how to sample effectively? Number one, it's coming from a genuine place of service. So you can't just, hit everybody up with, who wants to try these oils? I've got these oils to try. What do you want to try? Actually connect with people, see what they're actually needing, You might have a friend who's just posted that they're not feeling very well, or perhaps they're feeling really down today, or they're just really struggling to get through the day. So, really, really a great time to jump on board with that and flick your friends a message and just say, hey, I've just noticed that you've popped a little, post on Facebook, and I'd really like to help you with that. And can I share something with you that's really helped me? And that's a really lovely way to put it, rather than just going, hey, I've got these oils, do you want to try them? Coming back to, hey, this has really helped me. I'd really love to help you. Would you be open to trying something that's really helped me? And coming from that real genuine place of genuinely wanting to help and genuinely wanting to, be there for your friends is a much more heartfelt place to be when offering samples. So really try and look for those genuine connections. Using the little drams for samples. I haven't even got any right now because I gave my last lot to Jodie the other day. Tiny little 1 or 2 mil amber sample drams for samples. Certainly if you're wanting to give people some rollers, especially friends and family to start with, I made up rollers for everybody. Just get the little rollers, so you can get little kind of 2 or 3 mil rollers or 5 mil rollers. Try not to give people 10 mil rollers as a sample for oils, because that takes a little while to get through, and they're not going to come back to you very quickly and go, hey, that was amazing. Can I have another sample, or can I order some oils? And of course, we're not giving samples out with the expectation that people will order from us or will sign up. It's genuinely wanting to help and helping people with their health, their wellness. And if that comes back to you, fantastic. But also make it very clear to your friends and family that you are doing doTERRA as a business. They can buy the oils from you and through you. They can open a wholesale account through you and have your full support and be added to all of our support pages and come to our classes. Certainly don't just go and give your friends samples of oils and don't mention that they can actually get them through you, because it does happen that your friends will go and find someone else who says, hey, you can order these through me and join my team. And they go and do that and come back to you and say, oh, I joined doTERRA, not realising how it works. So be open, be clear, let your friends and family know that you are doing this as a business. And you don't even need to say you're doing it as a business. You could just say, I'm really enjoying doTERRA. I'm wanting to share with some people. And if you would like to order anything or open an account, please come and see me and I can help you with that. So you don't even need to be saying, hey, I'm doing a business. It's just you can get these oils through me, and just making people aware of that. So with the 1 to 2 mil sample drams, if you're giving a sample for topical use, I always dilute it first. So I just put 1 to 2 drops of essential oil in the little dram with some FCO, popping a little cap sticker on there so they know what it is. And then I'll often write a little handwritten note. Here's your sample of Easy Air, for example. If you just tap the bottom of it a couple of times and get a couple of little taps out, about 3 taps is equal to about 1 drop. So I say, do a few taps into the palm of your hand, give it a bit of a rub and inhale, or rub it on your chest or wherever you're wanting to put it. And just letting people know that there's no real hard and fast rules with, diluting, with where to put the oils. Basically, we just need to dilute them for safety, and just a couple of drops in a sample is perfect. And then letting people know that they can put them wherever they want to put them, really, chest, back of the neck, wrists, pulse points are a great point. Soles of the feet are fantastic for kids and bubbas. And if it's a neat sample, if they're wanting to have a sample to dilute or to actually use in food, I do about 10 drops in the little sample dram. And again, I explain that it's tapping the bottom of the dram that will get out about a third of a drop or so. So do about 3 taps for 1 drop. So for like peppermint slice or, wild orange in some yogurt or something like that. When making rollers for family and friends, as I said, don't give them massive big ones, just give them little ones. And always ask permission to follow up, and then make sure that you do follow up. So I'll often say, once I've given someone a sample, would it be okay with you if I checked in with you in a few days to see how you're going with your oils? And of course they say, yeah, no worries. So it's just asking that permission first before you kind of get to that 3rd or 4th day and you're like, oh, I need to contact this person to see how they're going about the oils. I hope, should I phone them? Should I email them? Should I text them? So you can even ask that at the time. Is it okay if I give you a call in a few days? And what's the best way to contact you? What's the best time of day? Would it be better during the day or the evening? And then keep a good record of that as well. So you can create your own little spreadsheet. There are great little spreadsheets around to record your contacts list, your dates that you've sent them samples, that you've followed up, that perhaps they've enrolled or you invited them to classes. There's some great little spreadsheets around on that. So I'll source those as well. So I've got the spreadsheet for samples and then the timeline over 10 years. I'll put those up in our group afterwards as well. Keeping a record, creating contacts. One great place to start with your contact list is just to sit down and write out your names list. So start with all of your closest family and friends, and then you can look at different circles and different networks. So your work environment, perhaps school mums. There's some great little memory jogger lists of this one as well in our group. So I've got a memory jogger names list in the file section of the leaders group as well to have a look at. And then just revisiting that list. I have a little list in my notes in my phone of people who I've either spoken to about oils, given samples to, invited to classes, etc., etc. And next to their names, I put a little date of my sample date or my contact date or the class they've been to. And if they've enrolled, I'll put a tick next to them, and then making sure that we follow up with these people regularly as well, which I'll go through a little bit later with the follow-up kind of thing. Also, making sure that you have some business cards, and they don't need to be you fancy doTERRA ones. Just jump onto Vistaprint, pop a little design in there. They've got pre-made designs, or you can upload your own and just print off the minimum amount to get you started, because if you're like me, you'll change your design, you'll change what you want on your cards, and you'll have a few variations of those as you go along. I'm in the process of updating mine at the moment. I've just got a few of my old doTERRA ones left, but I'll be doing some actual Enlightened Wellness business cards for my next lot, and carrying them with you. So one little thing that I used to always carry in my larger handbag before I downsized to my mini one after we got everything stolen from our house, I have a little doTERRA pouch, and it can be any kind of little pouch, a little pencil case, little makeup bag, and in there I've got one little dram left. I've got a little sample of On Guard in there. So this one I used to fill with On Guard Easy Air Balanced Lavender Digest Zen, the really frequently used oils that when you're out and about, friend has a tummy pain or a bit of ice flu, friend has a sore neck or something, you can go, hey, would you like to use this, or would you like to try something that's really helped me with what you're going through? Give them a little sample. I've also got a little section in there for my cards to go. So that's my little kind of sample pack. And I always carry lozenges. I've always got lozenges either in my handbag, in my purse, or in my little sample pack, because especially in winter, there's always someone who needs an On Guard lozenge or an Easy Air lozenge, and everybody loves the lozenges. There's not one person I've given them to who's gone, oh, they're rubbish. They might go, oh, they're really spicy. And I say, yeah, just go halfway through, put it back in the packet, have it later, especially for the kids. So that's a great little tool to start looking at as well. And you can order your bulk drams online. I order mine through Michelle Ragg, which is the Aussie aroma supplies, I think they're called now. And they work out to be about like 40 cents a dram or something, or perhaps even cheaper when you're ordering them in bulk. Use your oils when you're out. Carry them with you. I have on the side of my handbag over there a little pouch with my 3 rollers, and I've got in there currently Neroli Beautiful and my Low and Sad Feeling Blend oil, trying to be compliant. So it's got my Elevation Wild Orange and Frankincense in it, and I'm needing a little bit of extra pick-me-up and an extra pep. And I get those out all the time. Before I go into Malibu, I cover myself in oils. Before I go anywhere, cover yourself in oils. Give your friend a hug, like, oh my goodness, you smell amazing. I'm like, yeah, it's my new beautiful roller. Do you want to have a go? And they'll be like, yes, please. It smells beautiful. So, people are curious. Have your oils with you. Use them when you're out. Often when we're out at cafes or restaurants, I'll have my fennel. I love fennel neat. And I'll pop a couple of drops in my glass of water and drink that along with my meal, just to help any of the tummy bloating and things that occur sometimes when we eat things that we don't often eat. Host an intro class at your house and invite your friends to learn about the oils. This is really important when you're first starting out. If you've got some support networks near you who can come and help you with this to start with, definitely tap into that and ask your uplines to come and help you host a class. And I like to kind of word it to new people as, would you like to host a get-together and have your friends come around and learn about the essential oils? I make it clear that it's not a party, it's not a Tupperware kind of thing. They don't need to come and buy anything. There's no obligation. It's an information session. It's like an education session. It's a class. And from there, people can take the information home with them. You know, if they wish to sign up there and then, that's great, but we just get their details and we follow up. And generally, people that are coming to someone's home for an intro class, it is friends or family. So it's really easy to follow up with your friends and family and, you know, how did you like the class, and, you know, let them know about any promos that are on. We have our great 100 for 100 promo running in January and February at the moment. So it's a great time for newbies to join up. If you don't have anyone near you to help you run a class, there's stacks of stuff online. There's great videos by Vanessa and other amazing people on how to actually host, to run your own intro class. And if you're not too keen on actually having a get together of a few people and doing it that way, do one-on-ones. I spent about 6 months just catching up with my friends one at a time. Hey, how you going? Do you want to catch up? Do you want to come over for a cuppa? Or can I come to yours for a cuppa? Or they invite me around for a cuppa and I'll say, can I bring my oils with me? And they're like, yeah, bring your oils. So bring the oils, put them out, have a smell, have a play. I might have, you know, like the class outline just to show them, you know, what the oils are for and explain a bit about it. But I certainly don't go, you know, into that kind of situation with a class mindset. It's just sharing the oils with my friends, having a cuppa, having a chat, sharing what we've been using, what's been working for us. And 9 times out of 10, my friends have gone, these are amazing. I need some, sign me up. And, you know, those are the people that you contact and you touch and you share with early on in your doTERRA business are generally the people who are closest to you, your closest friends, family members, or people who are like-minded and have the same kinds of, you know, visions and goals for their health and wellness and want to be using more natural things. So they're the people that you want to have join you from early on to be on your front line or to be in your first couple of levels of your business. They're the people that you'll be speaking with a lot, working with regularly. So you want to find people that, you know, you gel with and that you can chat with and that you can work with right from the get-go. That's really important. Rightio. Move on to our next slide. So the Empower Kit, this is an essential tool that everyone needs to buy if you are doing any kind of sharing in any way, shape or form, whether it's just to a few people that you've been chatting with, some friends that you're catching up with, or you are hosting a few kind of little get-togethers. The Empower Kit's amazing. So you can order this via your back office. You're getting yourself 10 5ml wild oranges, plus 30 copies of our amazing booklet. I had one here before, but there it is. 30 copies of our amazing new U-Butte booklet. So it's got the class outline stuff in there. And this is all I do now when I do a class, keeping it simple. I used to do a PowerPoint presentation, but let's just keep it simple. Using this, really easy, go through that, basically kind of read it, memorize it, ad lib. You've got your price list in there. It's got your kit flyer in the back and the enrollment form. So having it all in one little booklet is great, because I used to kind of go, well, I don't want to seem too salesy, so I won't give them the order form. I'll just give them the information about the oils and maybe the kit flyer. But now it's all in one little booklet. So we just give them the whole lot, and that's just the way it is. And if they want to sign up or they want to order oils, they can do so very easily. Or if they're wanting to just purchase retail, they can do that through you as well. This is a really important point to take in. If you have people who are wanting to order oils from you but don't want to open an account, it's retail. Really important. Even your family and friends, it's retail. Unless it's your mum and she wants something and you're just going to go, yeah, cool, mum, I'll get it for you wholesale. That's different. That's your mum. But family or friends more so that are coming to you saying, oh, can I get some lavender or can I get some, you know, some lemon or whatever it might be? Sure, not a problem. The retail price is da-da-da-da-da. Or if you'd like to open your own wholesale account, you can get it 25% off. You know, would you be interested in doing it that way? So it's really important to establish that to get the benefits of a wholesale account, the 25% off discount, they need to have their own account. And that's really going to benefit you in the long run as well. Initially, it might seem like it's better for you to have some orders to add onto your own monthly order. My doggy wants cuddles. But believe me, in the long run, it's much more beneficial for you to empower your friends and family with their own accounts, to order their own oils each month, to reap their own benefits, to get their own LRP credit points, to have the option of sharing and earning commission themselves if they choose to. So definitely go about it that way. Don't go about it ordering everybody's things on your account and passing them on at wholesale price, because they'll never open an account that way. So using the class outline sheet for one-on-ones and classes, which I've just said, and then really highlighting the benefits of opening a wholesale account. So, when I'm doing a class more so than a one-on-one, I have a little section at the end of my presentation where I'll talk about why open a wholesale account. I'll give the options of you can order retail if you choose. It's $35. Oh, sorry, it's not that it's retail price. Or the options are opening a wholesale account, paying the $35 enrollment fee, or starting with a starter kit. But the benefits of opening your own wholesale account are 25% off retail price, support from your enroller. You get added to some special closed groups. So we have our Essential Oil Life group, which used to be called the Empower with Essential Oils group. It's now called the Essential Oil Life. There's about 30,000 members in that group. I believe it's still either closed or secret, so you need to know someone to be added to it. We have our own Facebook support group, the Enlightened Wellness support group. We have all of Michelina Knight's group, so we're part of Team Empower. So she has a Team Empower business page, the Empower with Essential Oils, which is now called the Essential Oil Life page. And Michelina has leaders groups as well. And there are leaders groups for Premier and above and Silver and above all around Australia also, so we can access all of those great groups. With a wholesale account, new members should be receiving from you at least a welcome email with some support information in there, some documents, but preferably a little kind of welcome pack. Oh, there's beautiful Millie. A little welcome pack with a wild orange and some info in there. Hello, gorgeous girl. And some info in there as well. And I also, if I've got some spare rollers and spritzers and bits and pieces, I'll pop those in and have a little starter pack as well. If you have any ice glue or toothpaste samples, pop them in. Whatever you've got, don't be too bogged down with making this amazing welcome pack. They're opening a wholesale account. They're getting doTERRA oils. They're getting a 5 ml wild orange from you. They're getting some support documents and materials in their email. Whatever you've got is great. If you haven't got all the bits and pieces, don't stress. Modern Essentials reference cards are great. They work out to cost about $1 or so each, and you can buy them in packs of 10 or 20, I think it is, from Aroma Tools, which is the Aussie Aroma Tools site is au.aromatools.com. So go there for those bits and pieces. But I've got a little list of resources at the end with those things in it as well. Go to as many classes and workshops as you can to see how other people present classes. My first year or so of doTERRA, I went to every single person's everything. I had no little bubber at the time, so I had a little bit more time up my sleeve. And I just went and I took my notebook and I took notes on how people presented it. Also information I took down on how to use the oils and stuff that I gathered along the way, but I was looking for more of how are they doing it, how are they. This was the time as well, it was before the Empower Kit, so we didn't have this paperwork to use. Everyone was kind of just doing their own thing. Now that we have this great standard Empower Kit paperwork, it makes it all a lot easier for us. But definitely go to as many classes as you can, watch classes online. It's a great way to learn about the oils, but it's also a great way to learn about how to present classes as well. Rightio, next one. Enrolling your new members. So really, really easy to do via your back office. The first thing I suggest to do is to find your website link. So if you go to your back office and click on the My Website tab, you'll find your own little website link, and it's generally mydoterra.com/your name, unless you have a common name and it might have a 1 or a 2 after it. And that's your little link that you can post on Facebook. Hi, family and friends. Check out my doTERRA shop. If you want to order anything, let me know. People can actually go straight to your shop and order things for themselves straight from there. It's a great site to direct people to if they want to order retail through you. So they put their own order information in, they enter their own credit card details, their address, it gets sent straight to them, and then you'll receive the difference in the wholesale and retail price as commission, and that's part of your monthly commissions. So that's retail profit for getting commissions. I've only ever had about 3 or 4 retail customers in my team. Generally, most people want to open an account. And most people will contact me first before they'll go and order anything, so that I can work out with them the best oils for them, the best way to go about opening an account, if it's worthwhile opening an account and paying the $35 to order the few oils that they want. And generally it is. So when you're looking at the retail prices of oils compared to the wholesale price, often adding the $35 fee onto the wholesale price is still cheaper than ordering retail. So just really making it clear and having it all, written down in figures. here is your retail price total. Here is your wholesale prices total with a wholesale account fee, and it's still a bit cheaper. And then you've got a wholesale account for 12 months of ordering things at 25% off. So it's awesome. To put new enrolments through, it's really simple as well. There's a couple of little access points in your back office. I tend to just go straight to my dashboard, and then on the right-hand side, click on Enroll a New Wellness Advocate. I do believe under the drop-down arrows from the top, perhaps Consultant Services, we have a new option there, which is Register a New Consultant, I think. But there's a couple of ways of accessing it. And then it's a really, really easy process of going through. And I have it in more detail on the actual printout handout document. So I won't go through it too much right now, the actual ins and outs of what to type into what box and things. Once you've done one enrolment online, it's easy peasy. The only thing that I'll make very clear to you is that you are always the enroller, and then the sponsor is the person that you place them under. So when you come to that section on the enrolment form, make sure it's got your ID as the enroller. And if you're just starting out and haven't got a lot of team yet, and your first few people are going to be on your front line, then you're the enroller and the sponsor, because you're the person that they're going under. If you've got some people on your front line and you're wanting to place them underneath them, but you're still the contact person for your new member, you are the enroller, and then the person that you place them under is the sponsor. And we'll do a little bit more training on this when we go through the business basics training manual in our next session. I've gone through the options for enrolling already. So it's $35 fee and choose your oils, or go for a starter kit, an enrolment kit, and the enrolment fee is waived. Those enrolment kits are actually priced at below wholesale as well. So there's massive savings on those enrolment kits. And generally there'll be some kind of promo attached to ordering 100 PV or more for your enrolment order. So we have our great promo on in January and February right now, enrolling with 100 PV, doing an LRP the following month for 100 PV. We'll then give them a bonus 100 credit points the following month. So that's a great little incentive to let people know about. And then you'll forward, I always recommend adding an FCO for safety, for topical use and diluting. And people will say, oh, what do I need that for? I've got olive oil at home, or I've got regular coconut oil. And I'll say, that's fine, not a problem. You can use whichever carrier oil you choose. I choose doTERRA's FCO because it doesn't smell like anything. So it's not smelling like coconuts. It dries relatively grease-free within a few minutes. It's nice and light. And I just find that it's a really simple and easy carrier oil to use. If you're wanting something a little bit more hydrating, jojoba oil, macadamia oil, regular coconut oil are fantastic. With Jasmine, when she was a little tiny bubba, I used regular coconut oil with her and a little bit of lavender on her skin for her little massage after her bath. So you certainly can use other carrier oils, but especially for making up rollers and blends and putting on, topical use oils, they do need to have a carrier oil right from the get-go once their kit arrives. And we know that here in WA, our orders arrive within 2 to 3 days. So you want to make sure that your new members have a carrier oil ready to go so they can actually get the oils out and use them straight away. And I've rarely had someone say, no, I'm not going to add that on. So please encourage people to add on the FCO. It's really important. In your welcome email, make sure you do flick them an email. They'll receive an immediate email from doTERRA that says, congratulations, you've just opened a doTERRA account, and it has a few little links in there. You want to send them a nice personal one from you that says, welcome to our team, or whatever, however you want to word it. I've got a little welcome email that I send through. I'm happy to forward that on to you if you like. I've tried to kind of put it into a Word document and put it into our files, but I have quite a few little hyperlinks in there, and I just don't think that it would be as good doing it as a Word document. So if you would like a copy of my welcome email, if you haven't received a recent welcome email from me or from your enroller, flick me a message or put it in the comments, and I'll flick you all my recent welcome email after we've had our call. So I put in there their ID and password, the safety guidelines, 150 uses, getting started with doTERRA guide. All of those documents are in the files, perhaps not of our leaders group, but in the sharing and building group. And I'm in the process of updating all of our files in the leaders group so that everything's in that one spot. So I'll get onto that this week. And then, as I said, welcome pack, which could just be a wild orange, and a little information card on how to use it. Again, there's little information cards on how to use wild orange in the sharing and building files. And then provide ongoing support. So follow up with your new members, whether it's an official wellness consult using our Live Guide, or whether it's just more of a casual catch-up, how you're going with your oils, which oils are you not sure of how to use, and I can help you use those more. You might like to have an email series where you can flick them through some different information over the course of a few weeks. And I'm in the process of doing our own team email series also. That'll be up and running in the next few months. And of course, inviting them to classes. So we've got classes on all the time in all different places, all around Australia. I don't know if any in Canada just yet, AJ, but we'll see. I know that you've got a contact person in Canada that you kind of tap into their classes. And maybe when Claire's over here for a little while in March, Claire might want to come to some classes too. Yes, excellent. Awesome. Social media and compliance. When you're first starting out, have a think about creating either a Facebook group or a page for yourself, which is just solely about your oil journey or your health and wellness stuff. And you can direct your friends and family to there so that you're not bombarding them on your private Facebook feed with all your oil stuff. And a good rule with social media and posting and things is 80% personal content, 20% business. Even if it's your doTERRA Facebook page, which is going to be for your oils. People don't want to see a million posts about this oil and that oil and buy this and buy that. They want to see you and your family, how you're using the oils each day, what you're putting on yourself, what you're putting on your kids, what sprays and rollers you're making, what's in your diffuser, what oils you're putting in your food. People want to see what you're doing with your oils because people are coming onto your Facebook page and your Facebook group for you. The oils are around a lot of places these days. People that want to come and join you with the oils are coming to be there with you. They want to know how you're using them and be inspired by you. Keep it simple and genuine. There's great doTERRA posts, and it's great to share those, official team, like the businessy type, from the doTERRA Essential Oils Facebook page, info about the oils and things, and share those links and share those posts. But perhaps put a little blurb in there. Oh, I love this post. I've been using frankincense for my skin and it's feeling amazing, and Frankie's just great. And then also engage with your audience and ask questions. You'll often see on my posts, I'll ask a question, and Stacey does the same. Engaging with your audience and asking questions. How are you using this oil, or what are you up to today, or what are you grateful for today, or what's your favourite roller blend, or what's in your diffuser today? Asking questions to engage with your audience. And creating some graphics. So Canva is a really easy program. Once you kind of learn how to use it the first few times and you've made a few graphics, it's really easy. And you can make some really amazing graphics on Canva. And if not, borrow some graphics. Jump onto Google, search what you're looking for, click on images, and get some great graphics that way as well. I certainly didn't have my own graphics created when I first started. It's only been something I've been doing really recently, like in the last few months. Prior to that, I just used to borrow graphics. And if it's someone's, great graphic, give them credit. Thanks Natby for this great graphic. Thanks Vanessa Jean from Food Alchemy for this great graphic. And I still do that because I still love everyone's graphics as well. And also, share in our team. So if one of our team members posts a really great graphic or a really great post, share that rather than, copying it and posting it and saying, thanks so-and-so. Actually share from their page. So you might see me share some stuff from, Stacey's Essential Connections page. Other pages that come through, I'll often share Vanessa Jean's posts as well from Food Alchemy. And just making sure that we do give credit if we share other people's things. A little bit about compliance, not mentioning any condition or disease names, and that's really important. I have a little chart that we'll go through in a second, but talking about more of how the oils support the body. So that's really important. If you haven't read it yet, have a look at the approved claims per product guide. Again, it's in the sharing and building group, and I'll migrate those over to ours shortly. Let's have a look at that now so we can talk about it in a little bit more detail with the language we can talk about. A little bit blurry with this because I've kind of enlarged it a little bit. And there's loads of similar documents like this around. I like this one that it's really specific with specific condition names and specifically what we can say about it. So rather than talking about, for example, colds and flu, we'll talk about how it supports the immune system. Rather than talking about reduces depression, we'll talk about it lifts mood. And if you're talking about depression and anxiety, these are ones that come up a lot. I'll talk about helping with anxious feelings, or helping with sad and anxious feelings, or helping when you're feeling a little bit sad and low, helping to lift the mood. And people read between the lines and know exactly what you're talking about. At a class, I will say that our essential oils are not for curing, treating, preventing, diagnosing, healing diseases or conditions. And we don't claim that the oils can do any of that. But what the oils can do is support the body to do what the body does best, and the body knows how to heal itself. So that's a great little way of getting around it. Because we know that oils do all this stuff, but we just can't say it. It's not very compliant. So looking at, pick a word in there, relieves headaches. Talk about how it relieves head tension. So rather than saying headache, head tension. Rather than saying ADHD, we can talk about supporting focus, or we can talk about spirited children rather than children with ADHD. Ear infections, we'll talk about for occasional ear discomfort or a sore ear, et cetera, et cetera. You get the drift. And there are more compliance graphics in the sharing and building group. And the approved claims per product list is fantastic because it has each of doTERRA's products and what we can compliantly say about each one. That's a really great one to have a look at. And there's also a quick claims guide as well. So be familiar with those guides, where to find them, where they are, so that you can refer to them when you need to. All right, moving on to the Empowered Success Program for training. This used to be Share Success, and it's just recently been handed over to doTERRA by our beautiful uplines, Andy and Natalie Goddard. They created Share Success right at the start of their doTERRA journey because they didn't want everyone to have to reinvent the wheel. They created a system that worked based on the PIPES process. So prepare, invite, present, enroll, support. If you haven't quite yet seen Jessie Reimer's PIPES series on YouTube, have a look. It's in our leaders group, but if you just search Jessie Reimer's PIPES, you'll find it on YouTube. She's amazing. I love Jessie's stuff. You'll find people that you'll really resonate with in this business. And for me, I love Jessie Reimer's. I love Vanessa Jean. They're two of my, great people who I look up to. And Vanessa Jean's a very dear friend of mine who I met before my doTERRA journey. She was just starting with doTERRA when we met, and I was going to her foodie classes. So Food Alchemy is her website and Facebook page. She has amazing stuff on there as well. So Vanessa Jean and Paul Ovens are our Presidential Diamond uplines. They live in Fremantle. And for the locals, whenever they host anything at their place or present anything at their place, go. And anytime I see events come up at Vanessa's house, I'm like, I'm there, order ticket, sort Jasmine out later. Because everything they do is just amazing. So get along to anything by Vanessa Jean and Paul. Even people around Australia and around the world, they travel a lot. They put on different shows and trainings and stuff all the time, not shows, classes. So tap into their classes. And I believe on the Food Alchemy website, Vanessa has all of her events listed on there as well. So you can check and see where they're at. They're back in town. Are they back yet? Are they still overseas? Oh, gosh. They'll be on their way home soon anyway. They've been in Arizona for a few bits and pieces over there for the Presidential Diamond Summit. Right, so on the Empowered Success site, they've got the Live, Share and Build guides and also the Launch guide. They've also got some other little bits and pieces on there, some of which is more geared for the US market, but a lot of it is really, really useful. So the Live guide is one that we'll use for our wellness consult. It goes through how to basically use the oils daily, how to live with the oils, and it's a fantastic guide to go through with new members. It also shows them other products, other oils, and it has a little bit of a thinking time and a bit of a chat time about health concerns they might have and some oils or products that could help them address their concerns or their families or children's health concerns. And then you make a little plan with them as to which oils might benefit them over the course of the next few months, and then talk about activating their LRP and using that terminology as well, activating your LRP. Rather than signing up for LRP, joining LRP, activating your LRP. You have a loyalty reward program attached to your doTERRA account, which you can activate to get points and free oils. Amazing. It's as simple as that. It can be cancelled at any time. There's the minimum spend per month is just one item. It could be a lip balm, it could be a toothpaste, it could be a lemon oil. You're getting your postage points back with each of those orders. And postage has now been reduced to $7.95 for all of our postage costs, which is amazing, which means that we'll get the full cost of that, 8 points back as LRP points to spend. So definitely follow up with your new members within the first week or two of them having their oils. Check in with them genuinely. How are you going? What have you been using? What are you loving? What are you not using? What can I help you with? What do you need to know about these oils too, so we can get them using them more? And encourage them to, post photos on your group. Show me a picture of your diffuser. What diffuser blend are you using today? What oils have you got on your body today? What have you been putting in your food today? And encourage your team and your friends and family to share with you and to be interactive with your community as well. The launch guide's a great starting point to really knuckle down and get into the nitty-gritty of the business side of things. So it has your names list. It shows you how to go about chatting with friends and family, hosting a class. There's even scripts in there about what you could say to people, how to invite, how to remind people you have a class coming up. And if you get to the stage where your team are asking you to host classes, there's some great little kind of tips in there about how to host your coach your hosts and how to run a really effective class and get the most out of your class. There's a few little tips that I spoke about at our last get together about host coaching. Number one is providing them with a little blurb to put in their event. And I uploaded these little blurbs recently into our leaders group. Just a little bit of general information about what the class will entail so that they know what it's going to be about and their guests will know what it's about. A little bit of info about doTERRA, about what essential oils are. And then asking your host to create either a Facebook event if they're on Facebook, or to actually handwrite out events and give them to people, or call people or message people individually with their name. Hi, Claire. I see that you're going to be in town in March. Fantastic. We've got this class coming up. Would you like to come? It's going to be about, kids and oils and immune support. I'd love it if you could come and join me and come with me to it. And it's a great way as well, if you're going to a class, invite your friends to go with you to a class. Do you want to come with me? We'll learn about some great oil stuff. And then, check in with them as well and follow up a few days later or a few days before the class, just reminding you about the class coming up. I'd love for you to come. And if you are hosting that class and you've got access to the Facebook event, you can put some little pictures in there leading up to the class, some info about some mood management oils, a picture of your lemon bliss balls you might be making for the class, entice people to come along for your yummy foodies. I'll often do that. Here's some, yummy chocolate slice I've made for my class, or whatever it might be. So definitely, have that blurb for them, individually invite people, follow up, check in with them, remind them before the class, get some excitement going in the event itself by posting some pics and some info about the oils or food you'll be sharing with them on the day, and making it clear that, it is obligation free. Oh, not even making it clear. I don't really go about saying it's obligation free. What I make it clear is that it's a learning session. It's a time to share about the oils, a time to learn about them, a time for me to share with you what's been helping me with my health. And then, of course, at the end of the class, you'll go through the enrolment process with them. But often I'll say, if you're welcome to take all the information home with you. But 9 times out of 10, if people are wanting the oils, they'll sign up at the class. And I think approaching it from that angle of not expecting sales, not expecting enrolments, it takes the pressure off, and people don't feel the pressure that they need to order something. They've come to this class, I need to order something because my friend has put the class on. It's not like that. It's more of it's an information session for them. We've also got the planner guides. So we have planner guides for Elite, Premier and Silver, etc. I'm not sure if there's an executive one or not. And I'm not even sure if they're even on the Success page anymore, but I have them in, I've got them saved as documents anyway. So they're great little planners to really look at volume that you need in particular legs and really work towards planning the activity that you need to achieve your rank goal, if that's something that you're trying to achieve. Also attending as many business training classes. Oh, let's get it off. Go away. Attending as many classes as you can. So as many oil classes, training classes, workshops, foodie classes, whatever you can physically get yourself to, or watch online, or join Zoom calls, or watch webinars, or have a look on YouTube. immerse yourself in as much as you can without overwhelming yourself. So whatever you feel drawn to go and have a listen to or learn about, then jump on and do that. But don't overwhelm yourself, because sometimes we can have a little bit too much information coming in and it just gets a little bit like, oh, where do I start? What do I do with this? So yeah, pace yourself, but educate yourself also, and go to as much as you can that works with you. Structure and ranks. This is something that needs a lot more time and detail to go through. So it's just a bit of an overview of it from this point today. The first point that I'll make is that your frontline is prime real estate. And Adish talks about this a lot. Adish is our Presidential Diamond upline also, above Vanessa and Paul. They're based over in Queensland. And he's spoken about this a few times at classes that I've been to with Adish. It's prime real estate. If you're really wanting to give this business a go, the people on your frontline will be as successful as you, will be doing the business alongside you eventually, perhaps not to start with, but it does come eventually. Because if you've got your sights set on diamond, for example, and you need to have 4 silver leaders on your frontline, when people reach that rank of, like elite, premier, silver, and the income starting to come through, the oils are more than covered each month. They're able to contribute to the household finances and pay some bills, etc. Then people start to go, wow, this is amazing. I've got my oils paid for each month. I've got some extra money coming into the bank. And if they haven't quite looked into the business side of it at that point, 9 times out of 10, they will, because they can see the potential and they can see that, whoa, I've got this amazing business set up underneath me. Perhaps they've had nothing to do with it. Perhaps you've been growing it for them, helping them along the way. But those people on your front line are in such a great position that if they choose to then go forward with the business, they've got their tree set up ready to go. They've got their foundations ready to go. They've got their oils paid for each month. They're getting a little bit of extra income come through. And generally, once you achieve that rank of kind of premier or silver, generally you won't stop what you're doing with doTERRA. You'll keep on going. You won't quit. And that's where success comes from. Having those people on your front line who, are your nearest and dearest, your friends and family that you can work with, that you've chatted with right from the start, and that you'll be working with kind of almost every day in your business, or, every few days. So find those people right from the start that, want to do this with you, not necessarily from a business point of view, but want to use the oils and love the oils as much as you do, and try and put those people on your front line if possible. And we know that, often you'll be sharing and building for a little while, and then you've got some friends and family coming to you going, oh, this is amazing, and you're still doing it. Oh, okay. And it's still working for you. Okay. And I can see how much fun you're having, and I can see how much it's benefiting you, and how much you've blossomed, and how much you've, got this health area under control. I want in, so, and that's when you can chat about, the best place to put them in your organization. So lots of little placement kind of strategies and techniques, I suppose, that you'll learn along the way, and that definitely consult with your uplines. When you do start enrolling people, if you're unsure of the structure and the ranks and the placement side of things, chat with your upline, chat with your enroller, and make sure you're getting them in the right spot from the start. You do not want to have 10 people on your front line and then go, oh, maybe I should have moved them underneath, but it's a bit too late. After you've gone past 14 days from enrolling someone, you can't move them anymore. There are a few other ways of moving, but generally we have 14 days from when someone enrolls and they go into our organisation to go, they don't quite fit there, or they know this person that I didn't quite realise that they knew and had a connection with. I'm going to move them underneath them, and they can work with them and form a bit more of a cohesive team with them or whatever. So definitely find those people right from the get-go if you can, if they come to you. If not, and they come later, that's great. We'll find a great spot for them. So once you've got your first 2 to 3 people only on your frontline when you first start out, 2 to 3 only. If they are on LRP, they stay on your frontline, they're fantastic. If they're on your frontline and they're not on LRP, that's fine, they can still stay there. But what you want to find are people who have activated their LRP, who are ordering regularly. It may not even necessarily be 100 PV yet, but if they're ordering regularly and loving their oils, and have a chat with them and just say, look, I need to place people underneath people in my business to grow my business? Would you be open to me placing some people underneath you and helping to grow a little team for you? And you don't need to mention the business side of things, anything like that. It's just helping them grow a little team, which they will benefit from in the long run and get a bit of commission coming through from. So a great little way to put that as well. Referring to the training manual, so I will do the business basics training manual in our next recorded call and go through all this stuff in more detail. Comp plan, again, it's a really brief overview. As you can see, this is a tiny bit of the comp plan right here. doTERRA's compensation plan is the most generous comp plan I've seen. I've been with another network marketing company. I've also done direct sales for another company. And I've had a close look at other network marketing companies' comp plans, especially their uni-level setup, where we get a percentage of each person's order in our whole organisation. And the way that doTERRA works is that they pay you the most amount of money on the bulk of your tree as it grows down and out. They pay you the most on these people, whereas a lot of other companies will pay you the most on the least amount of your people up here, and then they'll pay you the least amount of commission on the bulk of your tree. So the way that doTERRA works, they flip that, and it just means that the compensation plan that they offer, the income averages that they post are amazing, and I've got a little chart that I'll go through next on that one. Number one, make sure your LRP template is always saved at 100 PV. If you're enrolling anybody, if you have team underneath you, if you have people you've enrolled in the previous couple of months who have activated the LRP and are still ordering within their first 60 days, you must have that 100 PV LRP saved at all times so that you can receive your commission. So it's a computer check. It's an automated check that they do once a week to check Pippa has enrolled this person on Sunday. Has Pippa got her 100 PV LRP saved? Yes, she does. So when that commission run runs through during the week and it sees that she has her LRP saved at 100 PV, regardless of whether Pippa has actually processed an order yet, as long as that LRP is saved at 100 PV, people will receive commission the following week. So it goes from a Monday to a Sunday. If we put enrollments through during that time, we receive commission the following week as part of the fast start, which is the main way of earning commissions when you first start out. I won't go into it too much at the moment, but just keep in mind that you must have that LRP template saved at 100 PV at all times. It's imperative. If you've gone and ordered a limited time only offer, if you've used your points for something, always, as soon as your order is processed, go straight back into it, edit it, check and see what the PV is sitting at. Because if you've had one-time only items on there, they won't save for your following month's LRP. They'll drop off. If you've used points for things, they'll drop off. So make sure that you check it. I have a really good habit. Once my order is processed, I just go straight then and there, adjust my order for the following month, which I change a million times anyway, but I always make sure my LRP is well above 100. It's usually about 200. And I click on save and make sure it's saved. You have a one-time in your history of doTERRA exception where you can apply for that missed fast start commission. If you miss out on $50 and you go and apply for your exception and they give you your $50, that's your one-time exception used forever. If you are a diamond one day and you've dropped your LRP template down and you've missed out on $1,000 or something, that's the time when you want to be able to use your exception. So be really, really careful from the start. If it's a smallerish amount, write it off. Save that one-time exception for when you might need it in the future. I've never had to use it because I've never dropped it. So just be on the ball, check your orders, edit them, make sure it's above 100 at all times. Then once you've received your commission, you then need to do the honourable thing and actually spend the commission on a 100 PV order. If you choose to spend your commission on an order that's less than 100 PV, next time you're due to receive commission, they'll take it off you and they'll claw back any commission they've given you that you haven't properly earned by not doing your 100 PV order. They'll claw it back. So you can have your template saved, get your commission coming in, use that commission to pay for your order, so it's not actually costing you anything. but it must be 100 PV that you process in the same month that you've received commission so that you can keep your commission. Okay, but I'll go through that again in more detail with our business training next time. Very quickly, 5 ways to earn commission. We've got retail profit from our website link, fast start from new enrolments in their first 60 days, power of 3, a little bonus with how you set up your organisation, which I'll go through next time, uni level, which is a little percentage of every single person in your tree's orders, which does add up over time, and then you have bonuses. So bonuses start coming into play from Premier level. We have our Premier and Silver Empowerment bonus now. If you're a Premier or Silver and you enrol someone in that month with a 100 PV order, 100 PV, is that right? Yes, Anne-Marie, 100 PV? Yes, nodding. Pretty sure it's 100 PV. You will receive the empowerment bonus, which is about $260, I believe. So that's a fantastic bonus. And then once you get to silver, you have leadership performance bonuses and gold and so on. And the bonuses are fantastic as well. And again, I'll go through that in our business training next time. All right, let's have a look at the average incomes from 2016 from doTERRA. They haven't released the 2017 figures yet, but here's the 2016 figures. It's in USD, and I kind of look at it as it's a bit more reflective from where I've been with my income at silver and gold. Those amounts have been more of my AUD amounts. So obviously it's an average amount. Everyone's different. The bigger team you have, the longer you've been at a particular rank, your income will go up. But generally, silver for me was around $700 a month when I first started with silver, up to about $2,000 a month the last time I got to silver. Gold was around, just over $2,000 a month to start with, and gets up to about 4-ish or a bit over $4,000 a month now. So I'm certainly on track for those figures. But, if I was to convert those to Australian dollars, they'd be a little bit more than mine. So, it's an average income. And you can see that, the amounts there. And these are all, so accurate. And there's a lot of people now achieving those amazing ranks of diamond, blue diamond, and presidential diamond, which is just kind of crazy money when you think about it. So diamond, about 10 to 15 grand a month, blue diamond about 30 grand a month, and presidential diamonds, 100 grand plus a month. And with that kind of money, your financial freedom and things that you can do around the world and the impact that you can have are just amazing. And we see a lot of our presidential diamonds going and doing a lot of charity work and donating a lot of money to charity as well, which is just beautiful. So it's certainly a doable thing. And like I said, my little 10-year timeline, if we achieve a rank each year, presidential diamond within 10 years, I mean, how great is that? You can work for 10 years, set yourself and your family up with this great residual income that is ongoing forever, as long as you continue on with your business. And Paul Ovens talks about, just keep on going, don't stop, don't take your foot off the pedal. Once you take your foot off the pedal, your business won't just pause and stay at the same level. It will actually go backwards. And I know from my experience this happened with me. When I had some time off with Jasmine, paused my business, it stayed there for a month or two and then it went backwards. So you have to keep at it. You certainly can't set yourself up and then go, right, I'm never doing doTERRA again, I'm getting all this great money. It just won't happen that way. You still need to support your team. You still need to be there doing doTERRA, teaching, training, doing classes, and living this kind of lifestyle forever. And I think that's fantastic. And I'm in it for the long haul. So if you ladies are in it for the long haul, I'll be here. I'll be here with you. Yeah, that's it. Thumbs up. I'm here to support you all with as much as you need. And, I've been catching up with a few of you for our little Zoom hour chats, and that's been great. And if anybody else wants to jump in and have a little hour with me and chat about where you're at and how to get you started or what you need to focus on, please just message me and we can organise that. Rightio, coming up to resources and support. So your first port of call is your enroller. If your enroller is not doing a lot of this kind of support, businessy type stuff, go to their enroller and keep looking through your upline listing until you find someone who is doing what you need and is there for you in the way that you need them to be. Or find a mentor, or also find a doTERRA crossline person. So someone not necessarily from your tree or your upline or your downline, but someone from crossline. So my crossline support person is Tracy Booth, and I love Tracy. And she has her Essentially Smiling with Tracy page. And Tracy and I chat pretty much every day and bounce ideas off each other. We vent, we share, we cry, we laugh, we have heart attacks. I had a small heart attack yesterday, which I won't really share on here. It's a bit crazy. Commissions, I'm chatting with my account manager today, so yay. But again, you know, everyone's just so helpful. So I'm not particularly stressed about my small heart attack from yesterday. I know that it will be fixed because I have an amazing account manager. And when you do get to the silver and above ranks, you have an account manager who can really help support you with more of the nitty-gritty type stuff. If you're not on these pages yet, you should be. So doTERRA Australia Facebook page, doTERRA Essential Oils. There's also a doTERRA Business Facebook page. We have our Team Enlightened Leaders group that is just for our team and just for people who are wanting to learn about the sharing side or the business side of doTERRA. So please don't add just your new members to Team Enlightened Leaders. They need to be showing an expression of interest into looking into the business side of it at the very least. Preferably, it's for people who are actually actively sharing and learning about the business for our actual leaders group. Our general Facebook support group is Enlightened Wellness with Laura. Anyone's welcome to join that, even non-members, people from other trees, whatever it might be. It's just our oil support group. And then I have my, again, open to everybody sharing and building oils business group as well. And that's a great little one just to pop people into. They can get a bit of a feel of the business, see if they're wanting to learn more, and then add them to our Team Enlightened Leaders group. But if they're really keen, add them to the Team Enlightened Leaders group, that's no problem. But just let me know. So I've had a couple of requests in there the past couple of weeks from people that I don't know. So I've just messaged their enroller or their upline just to double check they're in the right place. And turns out one of them was meant to be added to the main group and not the leaders group. So we fixed that one up. Our Facebook site for Australian doTERRA stuff is doterraeveryday.com.au. There's a tools section on the menu there, and that has price lists, kit flyers, enrollment forms, you name it, it's all there. All the forms and flyers are there. So have a look through there. We have our members only website, empowerwithessentialoils.com, which is created by Michelina. And the password is empowerme with a capital E. That is only for members who have enrolled in our tree, in our upline, downline. So that's only for members. And that's a great little education site. If you haven't had a look at it yet yourself, get on there and have a look. And Michelina is updating it with some business info as well. And then the training manual has the other resources as well. So we've got the au.aromatools site is where I order my resources and things from. Modern Essentials book is fantastic. That's where I started with my resources. Or the Essential Life book is great as well. For the local people, Robin in Coolangatta has the Essential Life books. I'm not sure what Anne-Marie has currently, but she often stocks books, has the same books, Essential Life, and diffusers and whatnot. And, you know, a lot of us stock rollers, diffusers, lava jewellery, all sorts of bits and pieces for oils. Whatever you're looking for, if you can't find, just pop a little post on the Enlightened Wellness group or flick myself a message or your enroller a message. And there's loads of people that we can actually tap into and get things from locally or online. Alrighty, so that's the end of our training overview today of our getting started with your business for Team Enlightened. So I'm just going to stop the recording now, but our next recorded team training will be going through the actual business training manual. So please have that one downloaded or have a little read through it before we start. There's lots of information in that one. So it'll be a little bit, possibly a little bit of more of a lengthy Zoom call. But yeah, so I'll stop the recording now and have a chat with you all.